after I didn't really care about myself as such, and then until I had my heart attack, and then, you know, I looked in my kids' eyes, and you know, that's the thing, like the young ones these days, they haven't got kids, so they're just in a little bubble. They haven't seen the bigger picture yet. But when they get married and have children of their own, and they're still smoking after 20 years, and they start to get short of breath, you know, the cough starts, a hacking cough, they get sick all the time, their immune system's low, you know, they're going to look in their kids' eyes and think, wow, I have to do something now. But you know what? It's probably already half, you know, it's too late. They've already done their damage, you know, so this is where I find in my role, teaching at schools, not so much about the Aboriginal culture and everything, but, you know, to walk out on my lunch break and to not have a cigarette is showing them, you know what, I don't need a ciggy in my lunch break. Yeah, if it's, you know, they're looking up to me as a role model, I don't want them to see me doing that.
Yeah, my great-grandmother, she passed away from smoking when I was just a young boy. And I saw the effect that had on my parents and my grandparents as well. And just emotionally and, you know, the grief that they went through because of her loss.
Sad, knowing that, you know, those people who have passed and who are sick could have done something about that problem, well, their problem. And I know habits are very hard to kick, but really sad just to know that they could have did something for themselves in order to live a healthier life.
I thought about my family and about my grandfather who had emphysema, and also going with the ambulance on jobs to people with emphysema and seeing the tubes up their noses, 24/7 oxygen supply. It wasn't good.
Mum was smoking for a lot of years, and then she gave it up. She was really a heavy smoker, and she got really sick. She went to the doctors and they said it was because of her smoking a couple of years ago, because it was that heavy and she was that bad. She got really bad emphysema. Now her lungs only work 40%. So, and then that last year I quit smoking because I looked at her and I thought, I don't want to go through that.
Was my sister, one of my sisters, who smoked after Dad's command not to smoke, but she, in her adulthood, she picked up, you know, she got into the habit of smoking cigarettes, and she had a stroke, and even in that stroke she wanted to smoke, and it led her into her death. And so too with two other sisters, you know, so you just and the brother too, of course. So I've lost a few family members through smoking. Yeah. So, and it's through the habits of that it was very hard for them to stop, and it is a habit, and it was just difficult for them to stop, and then it ended their lives so early, because they were all in their 50s as well. So that's how it is within, you know, my family. Yeah.
Dad passed away a bit over a year ago. He had cancer, so he passed away. My mum, even though she stopped smoking about a good 10 years ago, like she hasn't smoked in a good 10 years, probably more, she still ended up with COPD as a result of smoking back then.
My dad has 2 other brothers, and his dad died in 1992 and his brother died in 1993, and his mum recently, who was my nan, passed away on the 14th of November 2014 from emphysema. She hadn't smoked for 13 years, and then one day she just got sick and she thought it was the flu, so she'd been taking medication for the flu for about 3 months and it wasn't working, and she got a CAT scan and they found a softball sized tumour in her stomach, so she had cancer as well as emphysema.
My family, all of my family members smoke. My parents used to smoke, but due to a lung disease that my mum got, my mum and dad had to quit smoking, and I guess that's where I got the positive influence never to do it. So seeing Mum go to hospital and have her operations, and yeah.
It was very frightful. At the time I was in the early 38, 39, and I was thinking now, God, I'm too young to go, So I started to talk to the kids and let them know, so listen, you've seen me go through this horror of this. I thought I was going to have a massive heart attack at the time. I said, but thank God it was only an angina attack. I said, but you want to think now, get that smoking up, otherwise, you're going to end up like me. I said, you don't want to go down there. I said, while you give up the smoking, while you're fit, and you feel good.
I mean, I used to go around to her house every weekend from around like the age of 3 to about 7. And I would pack my bag on Monday and then nag my mum and dad until Friday to go to her house. And when I would get there, I would go and jump on her bed and I would like mess up all her pillows, and I would go and eat all her food and eat all her like chocolate and stuff. So yeah, that was fun. And then when she passed away, I sat there and I remembered all that, and yeah, and I sat and I like, yeah. Yes.
It hurts. It just hurts. Yeah. That's what it does. It just hurts. Yeah. I don't have any brothers, sisters, dad, mum. They're all gone.